Hey, before you start the video, me and my wife just released an EP. Go check it out. It's out on Spotify. Go check it out. It's in the description. Go check it out. Okay. Hello, Lindsay. Those earrings are just so not you. The early 2000s was the peak of pop punk music, at least when it came to Disney movies or movies about teenage life. And when I was in high school, I was very into the punk scene. You know, I just started getting pretty decent at guitar. I was in a garbage metal band that just was very bad. I straightened my hair. I went to Warped Tour. You know, I was basically the coolest kid in school. And one movie that really resonated with me and almost inspired me to start doing music was weirdly Freaky Friday. And when I say music, I kind of mean specifically pop punk and punk music. And I just want to mention, no, I'm not talking about this Freaky Friday. No one wants to talk about this Freaky Friday, okay? Shut up. Today I want to talk about Jamie Lee Curtis, all right? Even after watching this movie today, I still consider it to be freaking good. As cringe as it is, I was rewatching this movie and I caught myself singing along to some of Lindsay's songs. I know, they're terrible, but I fucking love them anyway, okay? But one thing I truly noticed as watching this as an adult is Jamie Lee Curtis carried the shit out of this movie. Like, I'm talking in every way. She was honestly a better teenager than Lindsay Lohan was, and she was a teenager in this movie. And I know, this is weird. BionicPIG talking about a movie that isn't garbage? Yeah, what are you gonna do? Like the video and comment and subscribe? Wow. Cringe. So the movie follows a mom and daughter who basically, you know, don't understand each other. You got the teenage Lindsay Lohan who's all like, screw school, screw parents. I play guitar and badass and wear punk clothes. And then you got the mom Karen figure who's like, good grades in school. I must go to work and good grades in school. That's not a good impersonation of a mom. So the beginning of the movie kind of just lays that ground out that they don't really understand each other. Anna goes to school and she ends up running into the sexy heartthrob that is Jake. You know, the cool, badass dude driving a motorcycle, following his own rules. He doesn't give a shit what you think. Yeah, God, I wish I was that cool. I think another big reason I really like this film is the idea that parents don't understand their children and children don't understand their parents, because that really does happen a lot, where there's kind of a communication wall where the parents think they understand the kids and the kids also think they understand the parents. And I think that was a really cool thing to talk about and explore in that time. For example, Anna's failing her class. Preposterous! Bruh. Who writes preposterous? Who does that? But anyway, her teacher's kind of a big-ass unfair dude who just kind of hates her and gives her detention and fails her for no reason. Also, Anna's brother's kind of an asshole, but it's one of those situations where, you know, the little sibling's an asshole to the older sibling, but the mom doesn't really notice or pay attention, so she ends up thinking that the older sibling's the asshole to the younger sibling, that whole thing.
Why? Would you leave your brother alone?
She always starts it.
And then we see Anna's mom, Tess, who is dealing with a billion calls from her work because she's a therapist. And also just having to deal with being a therapist, you know, by talking to a bunch of people about their problems. And one thing I kind of don't like about this movie, but you know, it comes with the time, is that they kind of made therapy just a big ass joke. And you'll kind of see what I'm talking about later on. So Anna's mad at her mom for not being there, and her mom is mad at Anna for failing her test. Classic parent-child misunderstandings, am I right? Man, if there was only some way they could, like, walk a mile in each other's shoes to understand each other a bit more. Like that'll ever happen. It does. Because that's what makes the Friday so freaky. So Anna goes home, and then we find out that she's in a band, and holy shit, that is a nice setup. I would kill to have something like this when I was that age. Like, what did I have? Like a Squire $50 guitar, a $50 amp? Look at this. He's got a whole setup here. But mama ain't having it, so she shuts off the power. And let me just say something real quick. Any mother that lets their child use their garage as a practice space, regardless of how little time they let them actually practice, that's a pretty cool mom. She really ain't that bad, right? But anyway, Anna's band gets some good news and they get picked to be in the Wango Tango, which, you know, is basically Battle of the Bands. But unfortunately, it's on the same day as her mother's wedding rehearsal, which I mean, like, you know, it's a wedding rehearsal. It's not like that, it's that big of a deal, but whatever.
Don't worry, I'll work it out. I'll be there.
How can you be there? Aren't you like the maid of horror or something?
Okay, movie, like, I get it. You wanted to make her a scene, emo. I'm just gonna say both because I know there's some elitists out there who say, no, she's emo, or no, she's scene. She's one of them, okay? But what is that line? Maid of horror? Come on. So mom ends up finding about the F that she got in class and takes her door off of her room. All right, starting to think that this mom ain't as cool as I thought. Then she proceeds to say that privacy is a privilege. Wow, it's pretty fucked up.
Give me that door or I will kill myself.
Oh, can I watch?
Jesus Christ. That kid really is an asshole. So after they have their little fight, they go eat some Chinese. Then Anna and her mom have another little spat in the middle of the restaurant, and then an old Chinese lady comes and gives them a fortune cookie and starts rambling off Chinese stuff. Like, I know that they're Chinese words. They're words, not stuff. You goddamn, you know what I meant. Okay, so after they yelled at each other even more, Anna runs to the bathroom and they thought, hey, now's a good time to open the fortune cookie. You know, we're in the middle of a fight. Anna's in the bathroom. Yum. So then there's an earthquake. Earthquake? No. So for those who aren't aware of what makes this Friday so freaky, they end up switching bodies. Man, that's pretty freaky. I promise, I'll try not to make many of these jokes, okay?
That's definitely not mine.
Well, that was an unnecessary butt shot of a 16-year-old.
I'm Chris Hansen, and I want to ask you some questions. Please have a seat.
So from here on out, this is where Jamie just dominates the rest of the movie.
Oh my god, my wedding's tomorrow. Ah, I can't marry Ryan. Ew.
Okay. What do you want, punk?
God damn it, she's so good. So obviously, this is where conflict commences. Tess has to get married tomorrow, and Anna has her audition for her band. Fuck! Tess has to get married to Ryan tomorrow, and Anna has her audition with her band tomorrow as well. But now their bodies have switched. What will they do next? Oh yeah, then there's another earthquake. Earthquake! So then they have yet another spat of them yelling. You know, instead of freaking out by the fact that they're switched, they're focusing on, I could be you, no problem. Like, this is easy. Like, what, being a mom? Pfft, easy as shit. What, being a high schooler? Easy as shit. Well, they're gonna find out that being a high schooler isn't so easy. Was that a good, like 2000s trailer type voice? Well, Anna's gonna find out that being a mother isn't so easy. Yeah, I think it was a good one. So Tess goes to school as Anna, and Anna goes to work as Tess. Just letting you know now, when I reference their names, I'm talking about the person that they are inside, not their bodies. It's probably going to start getting a little bit confusing with the names, but you're going to have to bear with me here. And then Jake shows up, and this is where stuff gets really freaky. Damn. Okay, I'll try, okay? So Tess, in Anna's body, ends up cutting off stuff with Jake, and then gets bullied by Stacy. And then Anna decides, hey, I'm an adult. I'm going to go out and spend a buttload of money and give her mom a complete makeover, 2000s style. And you can't have a makeover without a 2000s montage. Come on.
So it's really cool. A montage is really cool. 2000s are so really cool.
And this is the part that I was talking about where they kind of made therapy a mockery, kind of made a joke about it. Because like every person who comes into therapy is either insane or just a really big caricature of someone who's sad. And it makes sense because in the early 2000s, I honestly thought you had to be utterly insane to go to therapy. All I'm saying is it definitely was not as normalized as it is now. So looking at how therapy is looked at now compared to back then, you know, it's a little bit messed up. It's the early 2000s, you know, what are you gonna say? But Tess starts discovering stuff about Anna, like how her teacher treats her like shit for no reason. Then Tess finds out that the reason the teacher is mean to Anna is because Tess dumped him in high school.
Oh, come on, it was a high school dance. I mean, you've got to let it go and move on, man.
And right here is honestly a good representation of favoritism in schools. Or at least when I was in school, when it came to teachers. When I was in school, favoritism was a huge thing with teachers, especially when it came to people who did sports. It was extremely biased and it was extremely unfair and stupid, but you know, you couldn't really do much about it. And sometimes when you did bad, wrongfully, your parents didn't really believe you. You know, so they're gradually starting to find out that life ain't easy on the other side. So they end up going to House Chang. Yes. It's the actual name of the Chinese restaurant. And they find out that they will go back to normal if the fortune comes true. And the fortune basically is like, yo, if you realize that life's hard for them and then you respect each other a bit, you know, it'll be the Rob Schneider effect, and then you'll go back to normal, you know, like, you know how it goes. So then Tess starts discovering that Sarah ain't the nice little girl that she leads her on to believe. Because Tess tries to mend the bond with a childhood friend that Anna was with Sarah. But then it backfires, and then she gets called out for cheating. So then Tess, as Anna, gets revenge on her and goes to finish her exam and then erases Sarah's answers and calls her stupid. All with the help of the badass Jake. And all the while that is happening, Anna in Tess's body got a surprise interview about a book that she wrote. And again, this is where Jake gets a little bit freaky. God damn, I cannot help it. I can't help it, okay? It just has to happen. So just from watching a little interview on TV, he randomly just starts getting attracted to Anna's mom, which is technically Anna at the time. And I think they tried to make a little meme, you know, like personality trumps all, but in this case, it's just strange. So Anna goes to get some coffee and runs into Jake since he works there. Then they have a cute little bonding session. Then within a few minutes of talking, Jake falls madly in love with her, all right? And also, Ryan, who is getting married to Anna's mom tomorrow, ends up seeing Anna with Jake inside of her mom's body. So then that night, Jake goes to her house and starts singing Hit Me Baby one more time. So Tess, as Anna, tackles him and then kisses him on the mouth to shut him up, and he don't care. He don't like that. I guess personality comes through the lips, like you could taste it. So now we are finally at the wedding reception. And this is where I just want to mention, Ryan is the coolest goddamn soon-to-be stepdad, soon-to-be husband there is. Throughout this entire movie, he's dealt with all of their weird shit and just kind of nods and just deals with it. Not only that, but he saw his soon-to-be wife on the back of a motorcycle with another guy, and again, he was chill about that. And on top of everything else, he tells not only Anna, but also Tess to go to the audition of Anna, Tess in Anna's body, who's going to be at the audition for the Wango Tango. Ryan's the fucking best, okay? Oh, here it comes. Here comes the banger song I used to think was good, and I still can kind of bop to it. I know it's bad. I realize it's bad. Okay, I understand. But the problem in this situation is that Tess is in Anna's body and she don't know how to play no guitar. And this right here is one of the best parts of the movie in my personal opinion, for many reasons. Reason number one, when I was younger, I thought the song was a bop. Yes, I've said this many times. We all have heard me say this before, but when I was young, I was like, damn, this song rocks. Number two, I was also convinced that Jamie Lee Curtis actually played the solo when I was younger. Turns out she apparently did practice a lot to make the solo look pretty convincing, and even now, me as a guitarist for many years, she did a pretty good job at making it seem like she was really playing that solo. And number three, the biggest plot hole, I guess you could say, in this entire movie is I find it hilarious that she's in the Battle of a Band show right now, okay? And literally no one questions the fact that Tess isn't even moving her hand on the guitar neck while there is a solo being played. She's literally just going, yes, while a solo is being played. No one questions it, not even the judges. No one in the audience at all cared or even questioned the fact that she is doing this and there is a solo being played. God damn it. And this is where Jake gets so much freakier. We're just gonna, it's gonna happen, okay? Just shut up. So Jake, right? He's obsessed with Anna's mom because, you know, the whole thing with the Friday being so freaky. But since he saw Anna's body playing a solo, he all of a sudden falls in love with her? The power of guitar, ladies and gentlemen. If I have any complaints on this movie, honestly, Jake is just a weird freaking guy. It doesn't matter if my body was switched with someone else's body. If someone I was interested started falling in love with my dad, for example, then she decided, hey, when we switched back, now she wants me. Yeah, I'm a pass on that one. I think she's got some problems, you know, like wanting to be with my dad and then wanting to be with me. No, I wouldn't be okay with that. So in the end, Anna ends up saying a lovey-dovey message to her mom, and then Tess says a lovey-dovey message to Anna, and then they have another earthquake. And then they swap their souls, and then they get another banger song at the end. Yes, another banger song. And then Jake ends up falling in love with Anna, still find it weird. Freaky, perhaps, and they all live happily ever after. But this movie is still a fantastic movie. I would even recommend watching it today. It's just one of those classics that you could watch any time of your life and you'll still find enjoyment in it. But this is one of those movies that I loved as a child, and I was surprised how much I still liked it now, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time. Bye.